Hello and welcome to Nanapod, a podcast dedicated to the fantastic manga written by A. Yazawa. I'm Crystal, and I'm joined by my best girl Kirsten as we dissect this manga, discussing everything from the emotions, the cultural impact, as well as any headcanons that might be floating around in our brains. With this podcast, we hope to preserve a shoujo staple that sadly hasn't been talked about in a very long time. So come with us. We're waiting for you in apartment 707. I tried to email that site to see if they could send us just the comments. I tried.
Hi, welcome to Nanopod, where Crystal tried to email the previous Scanlation site so that we could get the comments because we miss our parasocial best friends. They don't know that we exist. We love them.
We do, and unfortunately, they were just like, the email you have sent cannot be sent. And I'm like, oh no, that must mean they lost all the things.
Well, they could have it like on a, like they could have it archived, right? It just means that means that their email was attached to the domain, and the domain is shut down. Sad.
Very sad.
Okay, so we're on chapter 50.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, I'm just like, I tend to have a hard time being consistent when Mercury is retrograde. It's not my fault.
That's fair.
We're okay, so I got a fun little color cookie cover of what this chapter was put in, which is great. And I have the story so far.
Yeah.
For the full details, check out Nana Manga 1 through 13, now on sale. The volumes. Oh, advertisement. It says Nana and Nana Asterisk.
Wonder which one the asterisk is.
Hachi.
Hachi.
Hachi's the asterisk. Nana Asterisk.
Right?
Met by chance on a train in Tokyo. Opposites in both personality and lifestyle. The two meet again. Be it by chance or fate. It's fate. There's
Faded.
fated. Everything's a fated expression. And decide to move into an apartment together. The two bands have just gotten together and have a joint birthday party, or Shin and Rhea and Nana Asterisk suddenly shows up. When Takumi puts the blame on her, which Nana can't understand. So she leaves with memories of a similar episode in room 707 going through her head. After deciding to spend the night in Nana's room, Nana Asterisk unexpectedly meets Nobu. So much fun to say. The two have a chance to talk and get rid of the bad air between them, leading Nana Asterisk to realize Nobu's feelings and her own selfishness, which is or with this revelation, Nana Asterisk makes up her mind to face Takumi once again. Soon after this, Blast leaves on tour to promote the new CD sales. It seems that there is a fan waiting for them in Osaka by the name of Uchara Misato. But they put it like in parentheses and italicized and ... exclamation point. Right? And then we have a color page of the Trust album by Nest. And it says, this is page 1, I made sure to check the singles ratings on my cell phone every day. Just as Takumi predicted, Blast took the top of the charts and stayed there, but I couldn't be happy with just that. because I belong to Trapness too, after all. Does she?
Does she though? No.
She's, no,
No.
no, no. It's not the same.
No.
And then there's like an email, or I think it's a text message email.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a date, 11/5
Ooh.
at 12:30. Yasu
Yeah.
from Osaka. It's been raining here since morning. Everyone seems so depressed, but the rainy days calm me down. So I like them a lot. Maybe I'm weird. Yasu, you're not weird. You're a dreamboat. Okay.
Right. Also, you had like a timeline somewhere
I
that
do.
you were writing stuff down.
I do have a timeline. It's in my Notion.
That's right. This one's
Mm-hmm.
got to go on that Notion.
Yep, it's in my Notion. Um, and so then there's another email, and it's from Miyu. We love Miyu. We love
Mm-hmm.
Miyu and Yasu. We
Mm-hmm.
do. And the date is 11/5/2001, Monday, 12:46, to Yasu. And then it says subject. That's exactly the feeling, with a heart. It's sunny over here, but like you, I like rainy days. We're very similar in many ways. I saw the Oricon weekly charts. I had a feeling they'd take the first place right off the bat. So I woke up early and ran to the bookstore to see. And then it's like little kissy lips, dash, 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 and then cute face. And like, Yossi looks pleased. They're on a tour bus.
Yeah.
Nana's next to him and she looks asleep but also smoking. And then the translator notes is Oricon is Japan's billboard, like their billboard charts. I mean, I kind of assumed,
Makes sense.
right? And so further in the email, it says, but nothing had been announced yet. When I realized that the charts weren't out until next week, right? I'm such a scatterbrain. I can't blame Nobu for this one. I'm a bit depressed, and then like a little frowny face thing. And now, let's see, he kind of chuckled because she's blaming Nobu, and it's always funny when anybody blames Nobu. Um, so Yasu chuckles, and now suddenly Nana and Nobu are very interested in the email.
Mhm.
And Nana says, looks like you're having fun, leader. Heart. And Nobu's like, email? Who from? A girl. And he slams closed the laptop. And then they're like, Rira? Question mark. Right?
Get away,
And
children.
right. And so he's like, yes. Does it say Jin-chan? Doesn't
Mhm.
Oricon have a cell phone accessible page? And so now, like, Nobu looks irritated because he just straight up ignored him. Of course he did.
Right?
And so Jin-chan's like, yep, they do. The weekly chart will be up tomorrow. We'll definitely be on the top, and that will get everyone talking. I'm so excited. We have a scene change, and it's raining.
It's raining, and there's just this guy in like a
Shiny
poncho.
glasses.
Yeah.
He has the shiny glasses.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Creepy glasses. Yeah.
"Oh,
He's like, "Hey, get out of the street. How many times I gotta tell you? Just stay on the sidewalk." And now there's two girls over here under their umbrellas, and they're like, "When's Blast going to get here? They're late. Are they already here?" He's like, "I don't know." And then there's another lady in the back, and she's just shouting. She's like, "You're lying. Tell us. We're not gonna have Blast play here again if you groupies stop being so rude," he says.
oh gosh, okay." Abadi says, with fans like this, I wouldn't be surprised if Blast never came back. And I'm like, that girl shouting back there is like one of Nana's favorite fans, like biggest fans,
Right? I'm like, that's an OG fan.
right?
Stop.
Like, they're not going to decide not to play there.
Right? I know the girls are all like super bad. They're like, whatever, dude, you suck. Ah. And there's Misato. Um, but not, the band's Misato. Unknown Masato.
Unknown Masato, mystery Masato,
Yep.
Masato Asterisk.
Masato Asterisk. Yes, exactly. She's got like the little angry tick, and she's like, I can't deal with this. I don't want people to think we're like them, saying you suck and stuff. And then her friend's like, let's just go home, Uehara. I don't want to bother the band. And she's like, what if we go home and they're already here? That'd be stupid. And her friend's like, don't be so loud. I don't want them to hear. And she's like, I don't care. And then she's like, she's like, I'm gonna go talk to them. Her friend's like, no, don't. You'll just get in a fight. It'll just make us Blast fans look even worse. And she's like, "Argh." And then there's a screech as this taxi pulls up. And everyone's like, oh. And Masato's like, is that them? And her friend's like, is it really? And this
Beautiful.
beautiful woman gets out
Hillary,
of this
Hillary
taxi.
helps it. So well.
Hmm.
Perfect
Perfect.
hair.
Perfect. We've seen her before in the past, but I don't remember her
Yes.
name.
I don't remember her name either.
No.
She got the little mole.
Yep, she got the mole beside her eye.
Mole. Yeah.
Yeah. She used to be like Yasu's
Yeah, that's right. She's
crush.
she's connected to Yasu. Yasu's a mystery.
He is.
Yasu has a lot of lives.
This is true.
I sometimes forget that he's a lawyer.
Right? And that, well, she also, or she had a crush on him. I don't know. One of his
We're
people.
gonna say that she had a crush on him because that's how it works.
I also kind of got that vibe anyway, but she seems to like
Very like
understand.
nonchalant.
Yeah.
He doesn't overtly have crushes on people.
No.
Like that's why like the situation with Mew is so cute is because like he's being very intentional,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he's very much just allowing that to exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Yasu does, is he just allows things to exist.
Yeah.
And then he leans in if he enjoys it.
Right? I think what I like about this character is even if it was like serious, not serious, her personality was just like, whatever he wants to do is okay with me. And it's like, you're cool.
Right?
Oh, to
Yeah.
be that cool.
Well, yeah, to not care.
Mm-hmm.
To have that much, I guess, confidence. That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did like him. Yeah.
I mean, how could you not?
Right?
Yasu's so cool.
He is. But here's our Masato, and she's like turning away, and she's like, no, it's not them. And her friend is me. She's just like, but whoever that is,
He's
she's
so pretty.
beautiful. Right? Is she a celebrity? Oh, there's her name. One of the girls in the back is like, oh, it's
Young.
Xion with a heart. Heart. And
And
the
then that.
right? I'm like, what? That's her? She's amazing. Hey, Xion. And now all the people are just swarming her. And yeah, Misato's like, who's Xion? And her friend's like, I don't know. I've never heard of her. Is she the DJ? DJ? Really? Okay. Yeah. Um, and now there's another girl with like these cute, like little space buns on her
Yeah.
head. And she's like, hey, all you groupies, this is a functioning public street. Get some manners, girls. And they all part like the Red Sea.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's kind
wait.
of and
Yeah,
adorable.
right? That poor guy who was trying to get them to do that the
Right?
whole
He's
time.
just shocked. He's just shocked. He's like,
Right? Like, how did you?
how?
Oh, she's super cute. You're not cute. You have creepy glasses.
And she's like, she's with like this really lovely woman, and like they're both like very put together, and
Mm-hmm.
like, these girls are young, and those are the type of like women that they look up to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Social people.
right. And then like Misato and her friend are just both like, whoa, whoa, she did that.
Mm-hmm.
And Misato's like, why are they all listening to her? Her friend's like, I don't know. Oh, maybe she works for Blast? And now there's this woman she's got really cool cut hair. She's wearing like a
She's
stripy
punk rock.
sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's punk rock. Japanese
Yeah.
stereotype punk rock.
Yes.
With
Very
a
cute.
asymmetric haircut, spiky asymmetric haircut.
Yep. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's like, you don't know? Shion is Yasu's girlfriend, can't you tell? And both girls are just like so shocked. And they're like, she's Yasu's girlfriend? Wow. Friend's like, so of course she's beautiful. I can totally see them together. And then this punk rock girl just starts laughing and she's like, they're so gullible. And now she's got got the other side of the spectrum. Girl in really cute little dress with like a heart pocket and little polka dot umbrella.
Rocking horseshoes.
Yes. Cute socks. She just yeah, she's like, Ryui, stop messing with those sweet little girls. And Misato's like, what? You mean she's not his girlfriend? And her friend is just so confused. And this new girl is like, think of Shion as the president of the fan club. You're lucky if you get to meet her, Heart. If Shion likes you, you're in. So go introduce yourselves. Misato's like, what? How are we in? And her friend's like, what do we say? And Walking Horseshoes Girl is like, just introduce yourself and hope she remembers your name and face. You better hurry. And Masato's like, Fujimoto, let's go. And Fujimoto's like, yeah. And now here's Punk Rock Girl, and she's like, well, you're being nice, Marika. I thought you hated Shion. I hate her too, Heart. Why? Harsh? Is it the Yasu thing? Um,
No, it's probably because she's rude.
oh, you think so?
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're all frenemies. You can tell. She doesn't even have to boss people around. She has her like second in command, i.e., probably she says her best friend boss people for her. And
Fair.
It's mean girl behavior.
Fair. No. She's so pretty
Well, yeah,
though. Right? Because they're always pretty.
they're always pretty.
Always pretty. Uh, Marika says, well, someone's got to take charge now that Blast is so popular, otherwise it's chaos. I don't want groupies to go behind our backs and climb their way up. Nobu's mine. So I'm like, well, you do have Hachi vibes, so
I
I'm,
mean,
s-
yeah,
right. I'm saying you have a chance,
Nana asterisk.
right? Punk rock girl is like, oh, like Misato. She's so annoying. Not this Misato. Not Misato asterisk. Band Misato from before. Uh, and then there's scene change.
We got
Yeah,
scene change, and it's a mahjong place and a peep show place, and I don't know what that says. I'm not going to try to butcher it. But there's somebody holding a piece of paper with the address of this building that has all of these things within it. So it's probably some type of mall. And she's got a bob haircut. And then she walks in. And at first, when I saw this, I thought that these were all men peeing. Like
that's
she walks
fair.
into like a men's room because like the gridded like tile, and
Right.
then like yeah, the way that it's lined up.
And
I
they're
was like,
facing the
oh, she just
wall.
walked in. But it's called SS Building. And so she's walking, and there's a number 4. So she's maybe on the 4th floor. Yeah, she got into the elevator. Ding, and then swished the doors, and it says Shikai Corporation or Shikai Corporation. Um, and then she walks into the door. Oh, then knock a knock, and it's the greasy guy,
Hmm.
not Mr. Mosquito, but like he's one of the. He works for the record company, right? What was his?
I think
Remember?
he's in charge of like Yuri, so I think he's porn industry
Very.
dude,
It was porn. Yeah, well, that makes sense then because the building said like peep show and stuff.
right?
Yeah. and games, right? Gambling and porn. Um,
The two genders.
right? So, um, so he's like, "Who are you?" I'm Suzuki, and I'm here for a 6 o'clock interview. And he goes, "Huh? Oh yeah." Like he forgot that he had an interview with this girl.
Hmm.
And there's dot dot dot. And she looks nervous, and he's like, "Come in." And she like bows, and she's like, "Please excuse me." And he goes, "Where's the boss?" And there's like a picture of Blast, like a poster up,
Hmm.
and then somebody sitting at a desk, and he's like, he's taking a cat nap. And then dude's like, "Wake him up." And so she's just standing there. And then she looks over at this like box of DVDs, and it's a picture of Yuri on the cover in scandalous picture.
I draw pictures like this on my Patreon, so I'm just like, great pose, Yuri. Fantastic.
Well,
Love
I
it,
mean,
girl.
like, no, we're just saying that because it's like it's what it is, right?
It is. It's very provocative.
It's the cover of one of her videos,
Hmm.
right? And so the girl looks shocked, looking down at it, and then dude is like, Mitz Suzuki," and she's like, "Yes," and she's like, yells it. She's like nervous. And he's like, "Follow me,"
I wasn't
right?
looking at the porn.
Right? And so he like takes her into a room. And that's all we get.
Right. Where are you going? Well, we have
Mhm.
a scene change back to all the places, and then here's Masato, and she's like, Splash, Shion, and Shion just kind of looks over like, what? She's got, yeah, this mean girl face, and she's like, hello. She's thinking she's kind of scary. I'm Masato Uehara, um, and I'm Shikani Fujimoto. That's her friend. It's nice to meet you. And then there's another girl here who's got like oh goodness, kind of a hat is that? I don't know. It's a black hat. She's wearing a black hat.
The beret.
It's a beret, and she's like Masato Uehara, and the two girls are looking at her like, Yeah," and beret girl's like, "That's your real name?" And she's like, "Huh? Well, yeah." And Shion's like, "Hmm." And Beret Girl's like, "I guess it's not that weird. Why does she call herself that?" And Shion's like, "Cute girls. You're in junior high?" Masato's like, "Yes." And she's like, "So, who's your fave?" And Masato's like, "Nana, heart." And I'm just gonna call her Fujimoto because it's easier. She's like, "I like all of them, but especially Shin." And Shion just kind of smiles. And she's like, "Fujimoto, wrong answer." And she's like, "Did you bring presents for the band?" Masato's like, just a letter." Fujimoto's like, "I guess we didn't think to bring anything." And Shion just kind of like smiles and she's like, "That's all right. I'll take your letters." And Masato's like, "What?" And Beret Girdle is like, "Today their schedule's tight and there's all these people. You can't give it to them in person. Sorry." She hands her a letter that says to Nana with a heart on it. And Masato's like, "Oh no, that sucks." And Fujimoto's like, "You promised to give it to the band, Shion?" And she's like, "Of course. I'll make sure it gets to them." And Masato's like, "Really? No." Fujimoto's like, "Will you give them my letter too?" And she's like, "Sure, no problem. Here's my card." She hands her a very fancy card. She's like, "If you email me, I'll send the latest blast gossip to your cell phones." Masato's like, "Thanks so much. Yay." Fujimoto's like, "Shion's such a beautiful name. The kanji for shi is poem and on is sound." And Shion's like, "Let's all band together for blast. If you're a team player and behave, I'll invite you to the after parties too." Masato's like, "Really? After parties? For groupies?" And her friend's just sitting there like blank, like, "Oh my God, we in it now." And Beret Girl's like, "After show parties for the band and crew." Masato's like, fans get to go too? And Shion says, well, not just any fans. It depends on your attitude. And now they've got the Nana stupid star eyes in their vice, and they're like, no
We
way.
have star eyes.
Yeah, they're just, I mean, that would be pretty cool though. Like honestly.
Mm-hmm.
If it was my favorite brand, I'd freak too. Um, and Spaceballs girl is like Shion, and both of our junior high students jump, and she's like, "The band's here," and the girls turn around and they're grasping each other like, "Oh my God!" And now outside is just chaos as their vehicle is being absolutely swarmed with fans, and there's like, and our poor
That's like scary. I don't think I would ever like that.
no,
I don't think I
it's
would
a
ever like that part.
no, it's too much.
I personally think that that level of fame is just too much in general for me. I'm not built to be a famous performer.
I would think famous people are built for it because it taxes them out
I
eventually.
think they are.
Hmm,
I think they are. But I also think that people have, faded expressions.
true.
And I think that some people aren't. And I think that some people are only meant to have it for a while. And then some people are meant to have it for longer,
Makes sense.
which is why we see that,
Yeah,
right?
every shade and color of that.
Hmm. Hmm, definitely.
But yeah, this is stressful. My anxiety could
Right. And
never,
it's not even that many girls.
right? uh, and poor creepy glasses
The
dude,
dude, he's not even creepy. He just has shiny glasses. They shouldn't have given him shiny glasses because he seems like a nice dude.
right? He's trying to do his job. It's not working. He's just like, "Hey, stand back. It's dangerous." And then Space Buns Girl is like, "Everyone, let them through. Don't you want the band to get in?" Very assertive. And again, part like the Red Sea, and now there's like a hush because they've just shut up. And there's a room of the car, and she's like, "All right, all right." And again, that poor guy, he's just standing there like, "Oh, they keep on like, why does she get to be the one that's doing the things?" And now Masato's whispering to her friend. She's like, "Amazing, the voice of authority. This is like a gang of groupies." And Fujimoto's like, I guess everyone's in on the after parties. And then there's a screech as the van comes to a halt, and then there's like small chatter. And Space Buns Girl is like, attention. And there's like a small shuffle, and there's a slam of a car door, and Nana gets out.
Ba-bum.
Ah! And now everyone's screaming again. And Nana's thinking, this is
He
awesome.
loves it. See, that's what I mean.
Right? She do. She
Mama
love
goes for it.
she love it. And then Shion bows to her and she's like, "Thank you so much for coming here." And then all of the fans are bowing and they're like, "Thanks for coming here, Blast." And she's just Nana's like shocked and she's like, "Thanks." And then she smiles and she's like, "Thank you guys. Listen for us on the radio, heart." And Fujimoto's like, "Nana's so beautiful. What a cute little face." Masato's like, "It's the real Nana in the flesh." And the other girls are like, "I think she smiled at us. What'll I do?" And then everyone else is coming out, so they're like, "Nobu! Hey, Shin!" And Shin just turns around and he winks at the crowd, and poor Fujimoto swoons to the ground, which, fair, he's very charming, so, you know. And her, and
Mm,
poor Masato's
but
like,
also, but also he's the right age.
he is! And that's perfect and good.
So it's
So,
like that part I'm like, oh, Shin, the kid
right,
crushed on you are like right in there. Like that's who you should be dating.
right, agreed.
High school girls. Okay, buddy?
Yeah,
Even though like his lifestyle though ends up making it so that like that doesn't
yeah.
old for his age, right?
Yeah,
He's old for his age.
he
Yeah,
is. But she swoons and she's like, "Hey, Fujimoto, what the?" Oh, and she does kind of have a nosebleed too, which again, fair. Is very
fair.
charming.
He's
But
so adorable.
he's adorable. And they're again, it's the right age, so it's not weird. Um, and let's see. Oh, we're kind of still in it, and everyone's like, they're bowing and they're like, Yasu, and Shion's still bowing, and he's like, Shion, you made it. And she looks up and she just has like this enraptured expression on her face. Um, and everyone just stops and they're like, "Mm." And she's like, here are some presents and letters for you guys from all of us here. And he's like, oh, thanks. And she hands him a bag with flowers sticking out, but also it says Viviana Westwood on the bag. And he's like, thank you for taking care of things. And she just smiles at him. And then they go through the door. And now all the fans they're all gossiping. And they're like, blah, wow, I'm jealous, blah. It's so true. Psst, psst, for reals. I want to do it with Yasu too, Heart. And Shion turns around and she's just like, in his face. And everyone stops talking. And then she's like, thank you all for coming out in the rain. The band's exhausted from being on the road every day, so please don't wait around for them to come out. You can hear them on the radio. Thank you. And then her little Space Buns bossy friend is like, hey, move it, make way. And they're clack, 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 clack as they're all going through. And then Marika bows and she's like, Shion, thank you, bow. And then Kiyu, our punk rock girl, is like, thanks, man. And then they're all like, thank you. And then we have a scene change
Scene change.
in it.
Now
It's
the two girls are back. They left. Let's see if it'll scroll without freaking out. Okay. This is Blast's first time in Osaka? Question mark. What does it say? Translator note. Okan Miyaki, and that's the sign from where that note comes out of. It says,
Oh
"Is
yeah.
Japanese pan-fried butter cake where various ingredients. The word literally means cook what like cook what you like, the way you like." It's sometimes referred to as a Japanese pizza or pancake.
Mm,
I want one.
me too.
That's what I just decided. And so it says, yes, this is everyone's first time, but you're probably too busy to go sightseeing. True. We want to at least try the okonomiyaki, though. We all want to try it. Whoever's
We do.
talking.
Right.
But in the background, behind like the word boxes, is a uniform and like books and a radio, and a
Hmm.
little chart of like what looks like numbers and kanji and stuff. So schoolgirl stuff. And now it's the two girls, and they're in a bedroom and they're sitting there, and says, "All right, come to our place," yelling and then laughing. They're just being adorable.
This is the part of girlhood I miss.
I don't well, I didn't really have this part of girlhood, but I would really like to.
Hmm.
Maybe in my next life, when my stardust, when my soul dust is recycled. Um, it
Yes,
says
maybe I'll become find you and we can have that
we can have
together.
we can have girlhood together after the long sleep.
Right? We do it.
We can discover Sailor Moon and Nana together. How fun would that be?
That'd be so great.
Wouldn't that be
Just
wonderful?
would be actually.
Oh man. It says, well then, let's have you introduce your song. Are they watching TV or listening to
I think
something?
they're listening.
Oh, they're listening. Oh my God, that took me way too long to catch up because now I'm seeing music notes. But it's still word boxes. Okay. It's the word boxes are back.
Hmm.
So it says, well then, let's have you introduce your song. Okay, up next is our debut song, Blast. And now the music plays. So it's the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they make it more comprehensive? How dare you, Ayazawa? I never complain. Okay, I never complain. And then now the two girls are chatting. It says, "Today was so fun. It still feels like a dream to me. Yeah, I'm all jittery, like I've been sucked into another world. No one in our school has ever gotten that close. Yeah, that was super fun. Nana is so cool. And Shion too. She had such presence. Yeah, she's a mean girl. She was a bit scary though.
Yeah.
Just what I'd expect from the head of the fan club. Yasu talked directly to her. So it may be like Rui and Marika said, "That's amazing. He went all out to look sexy."
I'm calling it. Fujimoto is a lesbian.
I think that Fujimoto is a lesbian also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. I
Yeah.
love it.
It's cute. It's cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, but do you really think she's his girlfriend? What do you mean? Well, of all the people there, she seems the likeliest to be his lover. There's rumors that tons of fans sleep with band stars. And now there's shock.
Mm-hmm.
Shock. And it says, "The world's so corrupt. Why do you know things like that, Fujimoto-chan?" And she's like, shocked. And Fujimoto's like, "I saw it on the net." Preparation for being a fan. How can you say such things so openly? I thought maybe it was a lie, but I seriously think it's true. If you really go for it, I bet you can do something like that with Shin. Fujimoto looks so shocked. Her glasses are falling off her face, and she's like, "That's not what I'm after."
Right. No.
Oh, now there's a knock on the door. And it's both like blushing and like in shock. And come in, and it says, "Misato, Dad wants you and your friend to have this." And it's one of those fun little pizza cakes.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "All right, I'm starved," says Misato. "Thank you very much. It looks so good." And he's like, "Whoa, you actually brought a normal good friend home today. I was worried you'd bring a weirdo like last time." What is that? Who did she bring home last time?
Right?
And she's like, "This is my classmate, Fujimoto-chan. She's my fellow Blast groupie." And then she's like, "Nice to meet you. We're best friends starting today." And he's like, "What the hell is going on? You're just gonna drag your friend down the road of evil with you. She's a good class committee leader." Oh God. And then she's like, "Class committee leader?" Masato's like, "Wrong." Masato-chan is in the arts committee. She loves pretty things and only goes after handsome guys. And the brother's like, "Only handsome guys?" And then like there's sparkles around him and he's got like a cigarette. And then she's like, he says, "Then she should be lunging for me right about now." Misato kicks him out and he's laughing. And she's like, "Sheesh, stop saying stupid things and get out of here. Give me a break." And then he looks back like, and he's like, "Later, Fujimoto-chan, come by anytime." Now they have like their little pizza. Fujimoto looks like shocked though. She's got little beady eyes and she's blushing little circles. And Masato's like, "Sorry, my brother's such a pain." And she's like, "He's really cool. I should go after him, Heart," with like little beady eyes. Oh my goodness. It says, "Do you need the glasses?" She like pulls her off face. He's like, he'd lose to Shin though. And now Masato looks like incredibly shocked and she's like, "Don't compare him to Shin." And she's got like a little heart, like she's like Twitter pated, and she's like, "You're so lucky. I want a big brother like that." Masato's like, "Go ahead, you can have him." We have
Take
a
him.
scene, we have a scene
Don't
change,
care.
and it's a letter.
There's a letter.
And letters.
Yeah, all the fan letters. It's like, Nana, how are you, heart? I'm a young girl who super loves you and blast. I'm in eighth grade. I'm so psyched that you're coming to Osaka. I'm just dying to catch a glimpse of you. I'm sure you have a lot of fans like me, and you probably won't remember me, but I hope you at least read my letter. This is exactly how we all write in eighth grade, actually. Um, and she's like, um, you sing about problems that you can't do anything about, but there's a mysterious power that blows it all away. In front of other people, I act flighty, but I have serious things I don't tell anyone about. When I listen to your music, it recharges me. And then there's like a little battery drawing by the side that it's all recharged.
It's full charge.
Yeah. It's like, Nana, I respect you so much. You're amazing. I live above an okonomiyaki shop. It's a dingy little place, but the food's great. Everyone's always happy when they eat the okonomi that my dad makes. Smiley face. I respect my dad, too. If you have time, please come eat at our place. With Ren, heart. I wish you happiness and success and will always love you. Do I look like you at all? I cosplayed as Nana, and there's a picture of her cosplaying as Nana, and it says Nana Love, and it is from Masato Iwahara, and it says, this is the address and map of our place, with a heart. And now Nana's like sitting up, and she's like, Masato Uehara? And Shin's like, what? Masato? She was here? And she's like, no, a different girl, but the exact same name. Masato Jr.? No, Masato Asterisk. Nana. And Jin's like, she's cute. And Nobu's, I think he was asleep, and now he's just kind of waking up, and he looks and he's like, hey, she is cute. Real cute, heart. And she looks a lot like Nana. That's rare. And she's like, oh, Nobu, heart. So does that mean you think I'm cute? He just and he just got like dot dot dots. And Shin's like, the fans today were really polite and stuff. I was surprised. Like a military regiment. And it was like, yeah, I was surprised too. Who was that girl giving orders in Kasai Ben? The one standing next to Shion, wearing a heart jacket. And there's like a note down here that says, Kansai Ben is a dialect of the Kansai region.
Yeah, it says that it's a region in Osaka, and that the people there have a very dialect.
Huh. I wonder what it sounds like, honestly.
It's probably like heavily enunciated.
Hmm.
I would say like strong would be like accent. Like, but aren't Osaka people? Don't they like kind of make fun? Like they're the country folk, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But that's also just because imperialism and
right.
Japan.
Japan. Being
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
So Nana goes on, and she's like, we have fans everywhere now. It's hard to keep track. I want to remember the fans who wait for us before and after the show. And Shin's like, who's Shion? The girl with the long brown hair wearing the rare Harris tweed suit? She was cool, heart. And it was like, yeah, but you don't know Shion? And Nana's like, she was at our Tokyo show too. And it was like, what? She was? And Shin's like, I don't think I'd overlook a beautiful older woman like that. Shin, no! And Nana just looks at him and she's like, she was watching us over by the wall. Well, more like staring, as if she's crew or music industry. She doesn't dance or anything. And now Shin's got like little flowers above his head and little like blushy faces.
Yeah,
And he's like,
he's looking very like adorable and dreamy.
yeah. He also looks about 6 here and he's holding
Yeah,
a cigarette, which is very funny.
which is funny. Yeah, he does look like a small child.
And he's like, I wish Shion would be one of my good customers, Heart. I'd give her a big discount.
Okay, so it says invite. Maybe she'll be one of my clients, Heart. I'll give her 50% off.
Only 50%.
Only 50.
Now Nana is yelling. She's like, "Don't you sleep with our fans or I'll kill you."
My translation says don't fuck the fans. Try and you'll die.
Very direct.
Yes.
Very. Nobu's just like, you wouldn't get anywhere with her anyway. She only has eyes for Yasu. Ever since Brute. Sorry, dude. Heart. And Shin's like, what? But wasn't Yasu 14 when he was in Brute? She's been a fan for over 10 years? Ah, the lore,
Okay.
guys.
So here's the thing. Okay, so in the translator notes, he says, Nobu says, it's no use aiming for Shion. She's been aiming for Yasu since he was in Bluto, in quotations. Okay, and it
Mmm.
says, from now on, Tokiyakis will call Ren and Yasu's old band Bluto and not Brute.
Okay.
I assume it's like a joke.
Probably. So, let's see. Nana's like, well, they only got fans after they started playing shows. So more like 10th grade, but I'm not sure. And Shin's like, oh, but that's still a long time. And Nobu's like, maybe Shion just knows Yasu best. Like she's investigated him more than Masato has. And Yasu only. And now Nana has taken like a makeup pencil and she's put
The little tone
Shion's mark
stars. Yeah.
like next to her eye. And she's like, well, Shion's done a lot of things, like a lot of naughty things with Yasu, but don't you ever tell anyone, Heart. And Shin's like, what? You're kidding me. Nobu's like, no, that's just a rumor amongst all the groupies. They have rumors about me that aren't true either. And Shin's like, so it's all made up? That's no fun. And Nana's like, Yasu wouldn't do anything like that. Just 'cause something seems fun doesn't mean it's all right. Got it? And Shin's like falling over with his pillow because he was like gripping it the whole time. And now he's like, but maybe it's true. Yasu's a pretty private guy. I can't believe he hasn't had a girlfriend for so long and doesn't seem to care. And Nobu's like chewing on the top of the bottle that he'd picked up earlier. And he was like, you're right. He's got to have an outlet some way, somehow. And Ah.
What a thing to discuss.
Right, your friend's sex life, casually.
Well, no, but then Nana. But then Nana. Well, it's definitely not a woman.
Right?
Why are we talking about Yasu's self-pleasing habits?
I don't know. And she like snatched the bottle away from Nobu. She's like, "You're drunk, Nobu." And he's like, "If Yasuo's being bad, then I'm gonna do it with Marika." And she's like, "Don't you dare." And then Shin's like, "Who's Marika? Is she hot?" And like Nobu's like leaning over him now.
There's
He's
a
like,
little star.
"Right?" He's like, she's the girl who made a successful bid for the second button on my high school uniform, Heart. There'd be no game in that, Heart. And Nana's like, give me a break. You're gonna keep us up all night explaining that story? Should we have them all over here? And Shin's like, really? Cool, Heart. Like a big orgy? He's so into it. It's like, oh, bless
Right?
Shin. But Nobu's like, no, you don't do that, do you? And Nana's like, oh, that's a good idea. And turns around, he's got like blush circles. He's like, what? You're into that?
so we can have them over? And she's like, yeah, let's have a CD release party and invite our best local fans. Totally not what anyone was talking about. She's like, to thank them for their support and to keep them on our side. A thank you party, Heart. And Shin's like, yeah. Then I can get introduced properly to all the hot older ladies, Heart. And Nobu's like, yeah, maybe it's a good idea. We've never really done any sort of fam meet and greet before, and they're so good to us. And Nana's like, yeah, like Akiko. She says she feels sad that I got popular and seem so inaccessible now. When I hear things like that, I feel sad. I haven't changed. And Nobu's like, that's what Akiko's saying? Sniff, then we have to have a party. And Shin's like, who's Akiko? And Nana's like, you'll find out at the party. Now get me some ice. So demanding. And Shin's like, God, you really use people. Go get it yourself. And now Nobu's like standing on the bed, and
Standing on the bed.
he is. He's like, so where's Yasu? Why isn't he here when we're making important plans? Something's wrong.
How
And
rude, Jesus. How rude.
how rude. Yeah, they're probably all a little drunk.
No, they're not a little. This is not the conversation of a little bit.
We should have an orgy. Yeah, a party.
Hey, yeah, they're listening to Shin.
They're so drunk. And she's like, well, tell him to get over here then. And he's like, yeah. And now there's a scene change to Nobu? No, it's Yasu's room. It's so much quieter in his room because the
Much
kids aren't
better.
in here.
Much better. Um, so is that a phone? What a weird phone.
It's a phone. Yeah.
Cool phone. So he's opening his laptop and he is drinking something, smoking, obviously, in his hotel room. It is quiet, and he goes to check his email. Sender, BU, 11/5/2001, May 12:46. It's the same one. It's the same email. He's now back to reading the email. It says it's sunny over here, but like you, I like rainy days. We're really similar in many ways. I saw the Oricon weekly charts, and then it goes down to, speaking of Nobu, Yuri has been skipping work since yesterday, and I don't know where she is. Have you heard anything? Question mark. Um, if it doesn't seem like Nobu knows anything, please don't mention it to him. Yuri does this sort of stuff all the time. But if she still doesn't come back in a few days, I'll let you know. Sorry to bother you. And then he clicks log out. And why'd she have to make it about somebody else?
Mm.
And then sorry to bother you. He was so excited about your email. You messed up, girly pop. I mean, she didn't, but you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So anyway, he finishes his cigarette, puts it out, gets up because there's a ding dong at the door. And guess who it is?
Ishion.
Shion at the door with her Tomy beauty mark.
Hmm.
And then there's the boys. And the boys hear the click of the door. And they both look like wide-eyed, like in shock. Absolutely in shock. And Nobu instantly hides and leans against the wall because they're at a corner. And Shin is just smirking with the dots. And then Nobu falls to the floor and he's like, what the? I definitely just saw something I shouldn't have. Because they're going on an ice mission to clear the ice,
Right?
right? So it says something inside of me is crumbling. Shin is like, I didn't see anything. And then he leans down to Nobu. Nobu is in full on panic. It looks like he is in pain.
Right?
He looks like he did when Hachi broke up with him.
Right? He's
Um,
distressed.
right? And he's like, I can't do the I know nothing face like you can. And Shin's like, yes, you can. Think about what would happen if Nana found out. And then Nobu's eyes get huge. And then he's freaking out. He's like, Yasu's life would be in danger. And so Shin is like, don't be stupid, Nobu. Think about how Nana feels about. And then stops. And Nobu is like, don't even say it. Nana's marrying Ren. What is happening? So Shin just looks at him. He's like, well, it's the I know nothing face after all.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we're back in the Nana party suite.
Right? Put the ice bucket down. Plunk. She's like,
Right.
where's Yasu? And Nobu's just like, he's tired, so he's going to bed. And she's like, what? And then he's like, with Jin. And not, I think he means Genpai. It is like heart. It says, do not disturb. And she just starts laughing. And he's like, so anyway, you should call Ren. You can't ignore him for 2 weeks when you're like newlyweds. And she's like, you're like newlyweds? Why don't you email Yuri? Don't mess with Marika. And he's like, she hasn't emailed me. She's probably busy. She's popular. And she's like, what the hell? You're playing it cool. Are you really in love with her? And he's like, when did I ever say I was? And she just looks over at him, eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like determined face.
Right.
She's right.
He looks like he's
Freak.
like straining.
Right.
Like that glass is really heavy all of a sudden.
Right.
I can tell.
He's just like, I just lost to temptation. I'll never fall in love with her. No way. And she's like,
Then leave her alone.
right, well, she also can't leave him alone. Every time.
I mean, I would say that if she wasn't so into him, then he wouldn't care,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Because he's a nice guy
Mm-hmm.
who also is a straight male.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Still soft boy though, so
No, that's my point though. He is a
yeah.
soft boy, and so he does care about her. It doesn't mean that he is like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not a bad dude. So, I think that you can like someone and have it be that and be like in a relationship with them, but it doesn't mean that you always want to be with them. But she should also know that to
Yeah.
make that decision as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually.
Right.
uh
But I think hasn't he tried?
yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's infatuation there, and he does care about her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He also likes to get his dick wet.
I mean, she's really pretty.
She's really pretty. Well, she's like another version of Hachi.
Mm-hmm. Older Hachi.
Yeah, like more mature Hachi.
Yeah, mature, as they say. It's
But
mature
yeah, if he
Hachi.
really didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I don't even think that she would believe him.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would care. She seems like she would pretend like she didn't care until the last minute, and then it would destroy her.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Ugh.
yeah.
Unnecessarily complicated. Unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah. But such is real relationships and life.
That's true, but he's really struggling with saying this though.
Mm-hmm. And Nano's over here like, why not? It's okay. And you guys are all lovey-dovey. Are you still hung up on Hachi? Get over it, dude. And Shin's like, when he thinks about Yuri, he wants to set all the video stores on fire. I don't.
Excuse me? It says it's because all he can think about is her picture racing the covers of all of the DVDs country.
That makes more sense.
That makes a whole lot more sense. Which okay, so he's hung up on the fact that she's a sex worker. He can't get over
Hmm.
she's a sex worker. That's what Shin
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Nana's looking at Nobu like, is that true? And Nobu kind of looks like,
He looks
mm,
guilty about it.
yeah, like, I'm ashamed, man. And she's like, I'll help you out, Nobu. What happens on tour stays on tour. And she's like, what? And she just, she flicks her lighter in his face. And he's like, don't
Help
talk
you
like that.
help you out, Nobu. Even if we're on tour. Burn it all.
He's like, no,
No.
no, no, don't talk like
No.
that. It sounds like you mean it. You're scaring me. Don't mess with me.
Oh my god. It's so good.
Right?
We have the closing bit and it says, "Hey Nana, I can feel happiness surging from the bottom of my heart. It's because I can see Blast's success. But because I'm afraid that you'll become someone that I don't know, I've become all the more attached to Takumi. I just keep going around in circles and not make any progress." And then there's a new mail. It's from today, which is May
Okay.
11th, 2001 at midnight 15. Says today from
Oh.
and it says Takumi, today's schedule heart. I haven't finished all of the work for today, so I'm afraid I won't be back tonight. I'll be staying at my house in Akasaka. Sorry.
We had
Oh,
another time jump. Mine says November 6th.
time jump.
They're out here breaking the Yasuoverse, so
It wasn't. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, I don't understand anymore. This is why they're stuck.
right? Stuck looking for George.
Um, so Nana read that, and her eyes are all big, and she says, "God." She had baked dinner.
Hmm.
At least tell. Excuse me. At least tell me sooner, idiot, idiot, idiot.
Baka 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 baka.
And so she says, "Roger," with a smiley face. "Work hard, heart," with a little squid face, like throwing her arm up in the air. I used to text like that. I used to text like that when it was
I
still
love
like
it.
89. I had a text dictionary for all the emoji faces and different ways that you could use emojis to like say stuff. Yeah, I used to text like that. I'm I miss it actually a lot. Times were simpler with my LG chocolate.
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, Takumi's cheating.
Yes.
He reads a little message and he is smirking with all the dots and then he has like a sweat bead. So like I feel like he has like very mixed feelings
Hmm.
because I do think that he does love her,
Oh yeah.
right? Um so the woman is behind him now and says, "Your wife?" question mark. And then there's a beep. And then it says, "You're a terrible man. You're a terrible man, heart." And then we have a line of drugs and a bathroom sink, and it says, "Even if I'm not loved, I still want to love." And it's Ren. And it says, "To love someone." Jesus. to love someone from the bottom of your heart, and then he is doing the things,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, is the simplest thing in the world. So why is it so difficult? And then we have the image of Ren in the bathtub, passed out, and Rira crying at the floor.
Mm-hmm. They did take out one page
Okay.
because they always do when it gets like, ooh, sexy and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
Takumi and this one lady in the bed together, and he's like, oh, uh, Sumika, please don't seduce me anymore. There's too much temptation in this business, and everyone's crazy. And she's like, you're the one who's crazy, Takumi. Are you really going to marry a nobody? And he's like, oh, I'm super serious. I know what love is, but since we're here, want to do it again, heart? And she's just kind of like, ugh, with the dot dot dots. She's like, I'm going to start a primetime series in January. Isn't that great? And he's like, you're starring? And she's like kissing him, but his eyes are like wide. And he's like, so you slept with a producer? Yeah, that's great. Congratulations, with a heart. And now she's got like all the lines, and she's like, shut up, you jerk. I got the job because I have talent.
So this just made me think of something.
Yeah.
And there are some states that porn there's strike,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like gone. That could be why. And that could be why this Scanlation page site is not pulled.
Mm.
And that could be why the other one was.
Huh.
Yeah. Which is also like weird, but it is public. And it
Right.
does have like a rating. Like it does have mature rating.
Right.
So that could be why. I don't
It
know.
could be.
The theory. It would fit into all the other nonsense that's happening, but it's also just I don't know.
It's annoying.
It is. It is. I mean, you can't really have America without porn and prostitution.
Right.
You can't. The West was built on prostitution.
Right.
The Imperial West, the Wild Wild West,
Mm-hmm.
was built not by cowboys, by my dads.
Right. But yeah, that is the end of our chapter. Yay!
And that's the end of the chapter. Let's see. Do we have any news and reviews? Not on this page, but
I miss our troll, Hachiko.
no, I miss our troll Hachiko. I miss all of them. I miss Painkiller. I miss Strawberry.
Right? Who only likes what, favorite troll Hachiko says.
Right. I miss them. I
Ah,
want to know like excuse me, I want to know the nasty things that
right,
I want to know the nasty things that Hachiko would be saying right now about Nobu from this chapter.
right. The
Because like that
drama,
was actually like playing in my head. And I'm
right,
just like, oh, she fucking or they. I just assume. I don't even
right,
know. I just assume. But they probably drug him from that conversation about Yuri, right?
right. Probably just like, see, this is why I said he was mid. Like, oh my God. This conversation again?
It's the only conversation that they have.
Right.
Here, let me try. I want to try something different for the search.
So we did.
Okay, we have a Reddit page on the chapter.
Oh my.
Images. And it's of the part where Hachi, it's the ending. So it starts with Hachi and the cell phone text, and then
Mm-hmm.
Ren in the bathroom, and it says spoilers, chapter 50, pain. I forgot how much anger and pain this caused me the first time. It's true. Like as soon as it went to the bathroom part though, I kind of like flinched in my heart. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh.
we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is only a year ago too, which is like pretty cool that it's most like it's so recent. We know that that's not very common, so maybe this last year has been having a resurgence again. But
Maybe.
it says, to be honest, Hachi knew he would cheat sooner or later. He was always known to be a fuckboy. And then the replies to this were she didn't know she would fall in love again and get raped and abused and then also supposedly forgive him again. Like 2 days before getting cheated again. I guess we have to look at the timeline
Mm-hmm.
to see. I don't think that was 2 days. Yeah, I'm getting technical with it. They're probably just being like hyperbolic, but
Yeah,
um
no, I don't think it was because it's like birthday party and now they're like doing touring stuff. So it's like probably
touring.
not
Like
two
yeah,
days.
so like and yeah, we know that like the timeline is actually pretty accelerated. Uh
Mm-hmm.
like things do happen quickly, but there's still, time within that.
Mm-hmm.
Um so the person responds back and they're like, I didn't say that. But you think about the time when she got with Nobu, she kind of cheated herself. Sure, Takumi is a POS, but Hachi it knew that he wasn't faithful. Everyone said before they got together, he's a womanizer. Rape and abuse is a big no in every relationship. See, like that's actually one of the interesting things about these discourses everywhere online, and not just in regard to this right now, is that
Mm-hmm.
you can't make a statement on something specific without somebody finding the worst part of it to try to use it as like a gotcha.
Yeah.
That's like that's the biggest divider that I see in conversation online. Um, so then they respond back to the OP and says, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Just that she didn't deserve any of it, even if she made dumb choices. I understand." Why did it reload? Stop it. See, this is what I mean. Um, it says, let's see, dumb choices. I understand that she hoped for Takumi to be faithful despite all the warnings. Girl had a crush on all the wrong guys and got broken in a million pieces. Person was OP responds back, no victim deserves it, but I feel so sorry for Hachi. She chose the best for her child, even though she had a lot to give up. I really hope she'll someday find true love, although every male character in Nana is kind of shit with a laugh emoji. They respond back. Besides Yasu, Yasu is like a thin hair holding all the dumbasses together in the edge of the cliff. Yasu stands unite, okay? And then somebody out of nowhere joins in on this and is like, damn, I disagree with what, or damn, I disagree. What did the guys do? Or what, damn, I disagree. What do the guys do? I think Ren, Nobu, Shin, Naoki, Kyosuke are some cool dudes. Oh, disagree with all of them
Mm-hmm.
being shit. Um, well, it's not that they're not cool, they're all cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the point, is that they are all cool. Um, Ren is kind of flaky with his emotional intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and he does have addiction. Nobu, well, Nobu is Nobu.
Right. But
Like
he's sweet and gullible.
he is sweet and gullible, and but he's naive. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
But that's not bad. Everyone's like,
But
oh,
it's also
shit.
not good.
No, bad
Right?
situations.
Yeah, exactly. Like not responding in like healthy or mature ways, you know. Um, Shin is a broken little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Naoki, we don't know. I mean, we have his background story. But he's just kind of like a showboat who's in the background. So there's really not enough character development to Naoki.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kyosuke's cool,
Yeah.
but he's also not in the forefront,
Yeah.
right? And like that's a big part about Kyosuke is he's not in the forefront. He's a cool dude though, and he's a good dude.
Yeah. See, when people say things just like, oh, all these people are shit, I'm just like, you have to do a lot more than just be naive.
Yeah, I
You
mean like,
know,
but the thing is they're comparing it to Yasu. That's the original comment compared them all to Yasu. And so in that specific regard, I do agree. Yasu has it the
y-
most together and is the least problematic out of all of them. He doesn't even cause problems or drama for other people.
no.
Fixes them. He's the fixer, right? So comparing it to Nobu, yes. But comparing everybody to Takumi,
Yeah.
no.
Right? Like, guys, listen.
Listen.
Listen. Yeah, I don't know. My definition of like that dude is shit eh, is a lot more like in a very
Oh,
more
absolutely,
more
absolutely.
toxic than just
Right.
like, oh, he doesn't really know what to do when things get hard because he's never experienced that. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like they're just making comparisons to the
yeah,
character. Like they're comparing everybody essentially to Yasu. So that's valid.
fair and also not fair at the same time because Yasu is Yasu.
Exactly. Like Yasu. He's just living his Yasu life.
Right.
Yasu Yasu doesn't try to do
No.
anything but protect his friends. Everything
Yeah.
else comes to him.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yucky.
opportunities fall
Right.
just because he's so humble
Hmm.
that people want him around. Because he's a good dude, right?
He is a good
Next
dude.
comment is if he wants to be loved, Nana is there. Not about that.
Are they talking about Ren?
No, we're talking about Takumi. Cheating.
Mm.
This is just a brand new comment. We're off of that other comment thread.
Mm.
Um, which yeah, but like he doesn't want to be loved. That's not what Takumi is doing.
He doesn't think he deserves it, probably.
I mean, I don't think he deserves Nana's love, right? Like Nana gives like very, like unconditional, like probably even smothering love,
Yeah.
right?
Which for someone like, uh, you know, Asterisk, Hachi. uh,
Hachi asterisk. Uh
yeah, like Hachi, Hachi is like for someone like, Nana, she doesn't seem to mind. I know we're talking about Takumi, but like the way she was so unloved, and then someone like Hachi comes into her life and is like, "Let me love you," like all the things, and she's like, "Okay."
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I don't think that Takumi knows what to do with it,
No.
right? Like, yeah, I don't think he knows what to do with it.
Nope.
Takumi has escapism problems. They all have escapism problems though.
True.
Each of them have like their own vice. And for Takumi, it is work and women,
Mm-hmm.
right? Next comment. That Ren page hurts my soul. It's so relatable. The
Mm.
same person to the first one responds. They're a responder. It says the snorting part or the loving part. Wait, where's the loving part? Oh, and then they say, unfortunately, both. Got it. Okay. And then they
Mhm.
respond again to OP, damn. Well, I hope things get better for you, love. If you ever want to talk about something or just straight up rant, vent, you're always welcome in my DMs. That's really sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really sweet. Oh, it's because okay, so the person that's responding to these comments is the original poster of
Mm.
like the initial thread. So that's
Mhm.
why they're so on it. Um, the next comment from a pimp named Senpai. I'll start reading their names. The Senpai.
Right.
Okay.
A pimp named Senpai. Is that like a pup named Scooby-Doo pun, kind of?
Maybe? I don't know. It's Reddit, okay?
Right?
Because I know that everyone knows Takumi would have been a cheater. I could tell from the first time we met him in the story, Hachi knew what she got herself into, but it still makes me sad because she deserves better.
Mhm.
Somebody responds, Pins and Needles is their name. I've had to limit so many friendships because I could tell I've had to limit so many friendships because I could tell her she deserves better all day, but it's up to her to recognize it. Hachi is like so many I've met and who I used to be. It's kind of hard to not just be a Junko sometimes when you hear the same story and give the same advice to drop his ass again and again. Same girl.
Real.
And so then OK Clue 2384 responded to the Scooby Senpai person and says, she is so goddamn stupid. She has what she is looking for.
She did ask for a pavilion. Close as we get.
She was always in love with Takumi, parasocially. Not even parasocially, but then later parasocially. I heard somebody on TikTok the other day talking about this relationship where this woman was with this man for like 6 years and called it a situationship. And she was like, at that point, it's not, you're in a parasocial relationship with a person.
Hmm.
If like you're in a relationship for that long and you're still considering it a situationship, if you're any kind of a ship and it hasn't developed, that's parasocial.
Hmm.
And I was like, actually, that kind of makes sense, right? Because like you know an ideal of them, you know an image of them if you have been in like any kind of a distance relationship for that long without it
Hmm.
progressing into anything, it moves out of it just being a situation into something that you kind of know that person,
Mhm.
right? So I feel like that actually qualifies for like the Takumi Hachi situation.
Mhm.
Um, next commenter is Doki Doodle 198. Why is she grabbing his boob? I gotta go back up to the image. Oh, she is grabbing his boob. Okay. It doesn't seem weird. It doesn't look awkward. But yeah, when he's like, reading the text message. Um,
She just put her
yeah,
hands like
yeah,
around.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Why is she grabbing his boob? Uh, Love and Deanne responded with, some men like that, lol. Milky Pro responds with, I think she's wrapping her arms around his chest.
Right?
And then we have a deleted account that comments, this is why I was sus of him from the tomato scene. From the moment I saw it, I was like, he looks like a cheater. Then boom.
Wow, the tomato scene. You go
Way
deep.
back. Yeah, you're an OG. You didn't just watch the anime and pick up where the manga continues.
Man, there
Mm,
that was it. What was the inciting incident? The tomato scene.
The tomato scene. Oh man, there's so many new ones. Reddit hasn't had new ones on this shit in forever. Most of them were anime, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Not the manga, which was what I was finding so annoying. I mean, these are all, I think, yeah, these are all under uh the Nana manga
Mm-hmm.
or Nana anime. Sorry, I wish that they had one that was manga and had one that was anime. Oh
They
God,
should. Just split it up.
it would make it easier. What is this one? Now I'm like in the rabbit hole of Reddit, and this says, "What was up with Shin and Ren?" Spoilers from the manga, all in caps. I'm like, what was up? I want to know.
It
Oh,
was
and
probably the
it's
kissing.
it's the kiss scene. And
Mm-hmm.
spoilers. Title also. This is when Nana and Ren are still dating. So I mean, he's a prostitute, yes, but like, why is that the take?
You know why that's the take. They're like, oh, if I can see it, I can ship it.
Pretty much, right?
So
This
annoying.
commenter named Fuck It says some weird shit Aizawa was on. It's supposed to be a gag, and it's poor taste considering everything. I don't
Okay.
know. They were young. Like you didn't have friends who kissed because they wanted to. You know, right? I did.
Well, I was raised in a weird fundy school, so no.
I did. Well, they're in their 20s.
Oh, that time. Yeah,
Yeah, because we're talking like Shin, yeah, is like, but
yeah,
Ren's not,
yeah.
right? Um,
It's in poor taste. It wasn't that big of a deal.
yeah, it wasn't like poor taste. I also think like this initial comment where it says title also, this is when Nana and Ren are still dating. I mean, he's a prostitute, yes, but like I don't like the tone, I guess. I think it's weird. This
Yeah.
person says, I feel like it was some sort of fan service. Male audiences are bad with the male gaze and all that, but female audiences are not that far behind.
Well,
I don't agree.
yes and no.
I don't really understand the point to that comment.
I don't know either. And well, okay, so like the other thing is like when we talk a lot about like then versus now, and it's not that we haven't had fan service in some capacity throughout our media, but to use what fan service means now to refer
Right.
to the then is like that's
Different.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean just like the projection backwards.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, because it's um yeah, projecting backwards onto history never works. I think that's why we have a lot of the problems that we have today with trying to understand things, is because
Yeah.
people are using out of cultural context for one, projecting cultural ideas, right,
Hmm.
into different people groups that have different cultures, and then also projecting backwards. So
Hmm.
taking our social ideas of today and applying it to the past um, kind of disallows the understanding of the time.
Hmm.
Like we
And
say something's not okay, but we only know that now if they didn't know that then.
right. And Yazawa, the way she writes is so intentional. So it's like, What do you mean fan service? That's like bullshit that authors do when they're just like, "Oh, I hope I don't stop being popular. I better do the
Right.
thing."
No, and Yasua, she presented a lot of things that,
Right.
like,
All the yeah, all those things we didn't have yet.
so much. And especially, again, for the cultural space that she's in,
Hmm.
presenting teens with a view of like real life. Like, if we want to make those types of comparisons, like I personally, I would compare it to something like the show Skins, like the British version of Skins. And
Mm.
um, it is a very controversial show and a very mature show, but it was showing like what teens are doing actually,
Hmm.
like not in like a weird high school sense, but like how complicated it is,
Hmm.
right? And then today, the variation that we have is like euphoria, but we can't project the standard of euphoria backward onto skins
Hmm.
because there's a huge there's a gap in time. It had changed even in that short amount of time.
And Euphoria,
Euphoria.
I've heard, it doesn't really seem to be so much about real teens today, so much as like some like I don't know, like Gen X boomer concept of what Gen Z is up to.
You know, it is it is like I would say hyperinflated on a lot of things, but I would say that it's also not.
Sure. It's like there's always a kernel of something that's like,
Right.
okay,
Because
yeah.
I would say like for situationally those things were very real.
Hmm.
Um and like I think that, you know, a social critique on it would have to be from a place of having like a broad understanding and not just using a personal understanding.
It's fair. And it's also the way that things are shot are very
Exactly.
important.
The way that things are shot, right?
Yeah.
And I would say that those types of situations, here's the thing, is they're taking situations that maybe only a couple have happened to one, and they're putting
Hmm.
them all into a show. Like every show, it doesn't matter what the topic is a variation of like a condensed soup of a theme.
Hmm.
That's the point. Like that's the intention of the entertainment,
Hmm.
right? Most people don't like to watch like daily life stuff.
Depends on what it is. But yeah.
I know, but like the general populace, you know, also the way that it's shot is like more artistic. Like it does have an
Right. It's yeah, it's that's what yeah, I'm thinking about that too. It's just like you can show we'll take Ren for example, like and we'll put him in Euphoria, so what'll he'll be slightly older than 20. Um and you put him into a show that is Euphoria-esque and he's doing drugs in the bathroom, whereas like, this one is just very real and grounded, like this what it is. But you put like blue lighting in the back with like
you've added
sparkles,
to it, right?
right?
But it
And it's
doesn't mean
like
there isn't an aesthetic already. And like the thing is it that different? No. Um, do you boys make out? Yes.
mhm.
Maybe for a myriad of reasons, absolutely. Does that part really matter? No.
No, actually, Nate has a story about being in a group of friends, and one guy was just like, "Hey, does anyone want to kiss me?" And this other boy went, "I do." And they just like, bam. And Nate, of course, is like, that was actually the first time I had ever seen two guys kiss, and it was just not a fucking problem. Wasn't an issue. They just did it because they
Doesn't
wanted to,
have to be.
right? And I was like, that's kind of
The
nice.
only reason that it becomes an issue when it's consensual
Right.
is because of control.
Hmm.
Feeling that you have the right to control other people in the expression of their autonomy.
Hmm.
That's that's the only reason. Literally the only reason that it would be a problem.
Hmm.
And that could be a deep-seated fear, and we can give it a bunch of different names, and we can call it a bunch of different things. But at its core, even the discomfort that somebody could feel from that is because of control.
Hmm.
Like Okay, but stop it.
Right? Just stop it.
Stop it. Just stop. And it's not that easy
I know.
to like unravel, you know, uh, decades and centuries in some cases, depending on structure. But it's not that easy to unravel social control in nature. But like, if it was created, it can be removed.
Hmm.
You just have to do it with like intention, right? Of asking yourself, well, why did that make me uncomfortable? It's okay.
Hmm.
It's okay to like ask yourself, why do I think this? You know, that's where growth comes from, especially like personal self growth. Sometimes
Hmm.
the self critique is the most valuable one.
For sure.
Um, yeah, no, but that's not fan service. I guess that's the point. Like, that's not fan service. That's just Ayazawa, in the early 2000s.
Right.
So
It,
this conversation was a month ago, guys. This was like 20 years ago.
hmm.
She didn't need to stay relevant. She was the relevance.
Hmm.
In a lot of cases, still is the relevance. Otherwise, you wouldn't be discussing it 20 years later.
Right. It's like she's a very private person. That's not that those people don't usually actively put fan service, if you want to call it that,
If you
into
want to
their
call it that,
art.
it's like, and yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I think it's far from fan service, right?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And yes, male audiences are terrible at the male gaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also this was not created for men. I'm sorry. Nana
No,
was
it mm-mm.
Nana wasn't created for men.
No.
It wasn't. It wasn't created for the male gaze at all.
No.